Hey guys, and welcome back inside my studio. This time around, my studio's kind of a mess. If you are not familiar with what I've been doing over the last, say, 6-8 months or something like that, I have been expanding my base. And it kind of brings up a good issue for a lot of people because you need to be able to have a space to do your podcast. So what are some space-saving tips? What are some good things to know about as you're laying out your equipment, what you need to know, all kinds of different little things, little tips and tricks that I can give you along the way. And while I'm building my studio, I might as well help you build your studio. And it doesn't really matter if you are doing your podcast out of your basement, out of your kitchen, out of your garage, out of the house, outside of the house somewhere, in your car. Maybe. That could work. That could be a thing. So let's take a look at my current situation, and then we'll go to another, hopefully much more cleaned up version of this. And please, please, please forgive the mess. It's not really on purpose. It's just that it's gotten so out of control that I need help. And so I'm going to do that today. And I'll show you the end result. So let's take a look at my studio first. I'm gonna grab this camera. There we go. Oh, beautiful. So for those guys that haven't really taken a tour of the studio, here it is in all of its glory. There's not much to it. And this wall, right back here, totally fake. It's a totally fake wall. Just one more thing that I'll show you, hopefully in this little show right here. But I want to show you something. The one thing that I'm going to be taking care of today is a hot pile mess that's right down here. So this is some of the stuff that you can't see on camera. And it's a bunch of mess, a lot of monitors, some other things, painter's tape. Why, I have no idea. Another monitor right there. I have a lot of monitors. And it's all resting on, wait. Could that be? That's right! It's a bifold door resting on file cabinets. Pretty classy, I must say. It's true. But I did that out of necessity 6 months ago. And today I went over to a Northern European furniture making company that I will not name here. But they have furniture like the Hurtig. So I have some break-it-yourself furniture that I'm going to be installing into this place, as well as setting up something else that is actually fairly old and goes back a ways. I'm going to bring it back into the studio. One of the, I think, more brilliant plans I've had in a long time, really. I think this is a long time coming. So let me show you that little piece of equipment, and I'll bring you back here. Oh, by the way, here's the fake wall. There it is, the fake wall with wires and stuff like that coming out of it. It's really not that sexy in the back, but in the front, there it is. So just something cool for you. So this little piece of equipment is what's known as an effects rack, and this effects rack is kind of cool. It has a bunch of old effects in it too, from my younger years. Compressor. It has the MIDI Verb 4 and the Digitech TSR 12. All of those are really pretty cool effects racks, but most of you guys will just do this stuff in your computer now. And your computer actually does a lot more than these guys ever did, ever. And then this also has right here, these are a bunch of just metal racks that you might be able to hear in the background. And then the Furminator, which is essentially just a plug-in for everything. It has 8 plug-ins and a little on-off switch right there. And then up top here, where the plywood is right now, and a bunch of other crap that I'll get rid of soon. This will be where our mixer rests atop. And so it's kind of a cool little piece of equipment that I'm finally able to bring back out and put it back in the studio. So I'm kind of excited about that. Now, I need to go build this piece of furniture, and while I do that, a future version of me is going to talk to you about some other cool little tidbits, ideas, and so forth for your studio. So take it away, future me. I'm back after a couple of days, and after trying my lavalier mic, which didn't end up working so well. I apologize, by the way, for the audio quality. Not my best work. It had been a while since I used that. Anyway, so let's take a look around my studio now and see how things have changed. So first of all, we'll take a look back over here. Something has changed. Not a great deal, but something has changed. Let's take a look. Right here. There's nothing there. Well, there's a coffee cup. Wait, there's 2 coffee cups. What are you doing there, coffee cups? Coffee cups! What are you doing? But there is no more, there's no more audio interfaces over there. There's no more little blinking lights and little technical doodads anymore. It's just all the characters, my cast of characters, and of course, a couple of coffee cups. And as we make our way around the room, we have a monitor right there. Yep, monitor. Another monitor. Yep. Wait. Another coffee cup? That's 3 coffee cups. Wait, 1. Wow. What am I doing with coffee cups? All right, anyway, we have another monitor there. We have, oh, there's our mixer. Look at the glory of the mixer in the rack unit. And here's the rack unit. The rack unit is full of stuff. And this cool little mixer actually has a light and shining down on it just so you can see it clearly. And actually I can drag this light over a little bit so you can see a little bit more of the equipment that's going on underneath here. There we go. So that is that. And then we have another monitor. We have the other monitor. Oh, and we have a desk and the computer and other stuff. Oh my, and then another monitor over there. And look here, guys. I'm going to show you this. I'm going to set this up. Now, this is the new monitor. Well, not the new monitor. It's not a new monitor at all. But there is something new about it. And it is this. It's no longer on its original stand. No. It's now on a swinging arm mount. And this is pretty cool. So now I can have it over here when I want it to be showing, over on this side of things. But when I want to do a show, and it's important for me to take a look at it, I can swing it all the way over here, and it's great. It's beautiful, and I can see it, and I can interact with it, and I can even actually push it out even further that way if I want to, but I'm not going to for this demonstration. So I'll just put it up right there. Great little space-saving device as well, and you can even, put it at a 90-degree angle if you really want to, and spin it around and look at it that way. I don't like that though. I don't like it at all. Now, one of the things you may want to concern yourself with when thinking about a project like this, whether or not a swing arm is the right way to go for you, is that you want to consider weight. Now, this particular thing is pretty heavy. This monitor is pretty heavy, and this swinging arm stand puts more pressure on the desk. This desk may actually break at some point because I am kind of shaky on whether or not a $70 desk from a flat pack box can withstand the force, the pressure that this monitor with the swing arm, especially when it's fully extended, will put on the desk. So I'm a little nervous, but at the same time, I know that money is money, but $70 is not as much as like $200 or $300, so I'm okay with taking this risk for now. If it starts to crack and break and other things, I may reconsider.
so may have to go back to the closet door, which I don't want to do. Always consider weight as one of those things, one of those extra things that you'll want to consider when undertaking a project such as this. I showed you the mixer and the rack unit that I have the mixer on. One thing that I didn't show you is this, and it's a little bracket. It's these are what are called ears for your mixer. This is from another mixer that I had in my rack before this one, but they're just, you know, 2 ears. You get them, you screw them into the sides of the mixer, and voila, you can now fit it into a rack unit. Really nice and easy, and kind of cool. So if you're gonna mount a mixer, any mixer, you need to get some ears. Remember, all these things are gonna be different for the particular mixer in question, so look online for your specific make and model. There we go. Now there's one pretty important piece of equipment that goes overlooked a lot, and as you're building your project studio, you're really going to want to pay attention to this. What I'm talking about is I'm talking about cabling, okay? Especially audio versus power. Power and audio cables should never be side by side. They just shouldn't be. You need to have a separation between the two as much as you possibly can. I understand that audio interfaces and so on and so forth, they have plugins right on the unit, and it's tough to, especially at the end of the line, try to separate the two. I understand that. But as much as possible, you want to separate your audio cables from your power cables. And there's one way to do that, and that is with something like this. Now, I don't know if you can really pick it up on the video so much, but this is something that I got from our friends over at the Northern European Furniture Company. And this is just something that attaches underneath the desk, like thusly. And you can put your cables on there. It just attaches to the underneath side of the table. And it's pretty cool. Works really slick. And what I would recommend is that you put your audio cables on a rack like that while you put your power cables on the floor. And I understand that, you know, things happen and whatever, but it's just kind of a good rule of thumb for audio versus power cables. Thanks again for joining me, and hopefully this has helped you think about your studio a little bit more. From set decoration to managing your cables to managing your space. Just in general, from everything from rack units to monitor swing arms to fake walls to you know, cable racks and so on and so forth. This is all a part of having a project studio. You have to think about this stuff all the time, or at least you have to think about it as you get new equipment in, right? So hopefully that's helped you guys. Once again, please like and share this video with your friends, and comment below. Of course, I will be reading all of those and answering as many questions as I can. You guys should know how to get a hold of me, but if you don't, Twitter is always the best way to do it. Pat Crane, that's with a K, on Twitter, all one word, no underscores or anything like that. It's just @Pat Crane on Twitter. And yeah, that's gonna do it. So thanks for joining me inside the studio, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye.